Our next shooting game that we're going to show you here is called decision shooting. Now again, it's not going to be a full game-like situation because we're only going to have one defender in this drill, but it's another way to incorporate some decision making into some of the shooting drills that you may do in your practice. Let me show you how this is going to be set up. This is going to be a 2-on-1 situation here. I'm going to start with a defender inside what we call the small box. So the lane line, the volleyball line, and the lane line on this side. The defender is going to start with the ball in the small box. Now I'm going to have two shooters out here. In our offense, we run out of a 4-out, so typically our players, we're going to have one somewhere in the neighborhood of the elbow and another player somewhere out on the baseline. And I want these players to be in places where they can make shots. And I don't know what it's like in your practices, but nothing drives me crazier than when I have players that just go to the three-point line even though they can't make three-point shots, okay? We want to make shots. So if you guys are both three-point shooters, that's great. But if you have players on your teams that don't have a license to shoot from 3 yet and they can only shoot from 15 feet because that's the farthest away they can make it, then space them at 15 feet because we want them to be in a place where they can make a shot and be prepared to catch it and shoot it quickly, all right? Now, the way the game sets up here, the defense is going to pass the ball to one of the shooters, one of the offensive players, and then is going to close out behind the pass. So go ahead and throw it out here to Jevin, and he's going to close aggressively to take the shot away. There's no dribbling options out of this. So it's either catch it and shoot it, or if that defender closes too quickly for you to be able to get the shot up, you're going to make the decision to make the next pass. Chase is going to chase the ball, okay, and you have to catch it and shoot it there. You do not get a dribble, all right? Now, once the shot goes up, if it goes in, both offensive players each get a point. If they miss, so let's shoot the ball up, let's say that it misses and it just rolls on the ground over here, and Jevin gets the rebound, so just throw it over here. We're going to play a live rebounding situation on a miss, and our rule is going to be the offense is no dribble to score. So they're in a 2-on-1 situation. You have freedom of movement. You can go wherever you want to, okay? And they're playing 2-on-1 with no dribble to score. Again, if they score out of that, they throw it to Alex here, he gets a layup and they score, both offensive players would get a point. If the defense gets the ball at any time, a block shot, a rebound, or a steal in this setting, the defense gets 2 points, okay? 1 point for each offensive player if they score, 2 points for the defensive player if he gets a stop. And the way that we'll rotate this is if the shooter scores, they become the defender. If the defender gets 2 points and they get a stop, they stay on defense, okay? Now we'll show you what this looks like. We're going to just play a game to 5 here. This is called decision shooting. Ball starts here. 2 shooters spaced where they would be in your offense. And just one thing to emphasize with the first player that catches the ball, we want them to shoot it. So some of the time guys will just catch it and they'll automatically throw it to try to get it to the open man. We want them to be in the habit of shooting it unless the shot is taken away. So emphasize that with your players when they receive the first pass here. All right? We're going to play to 5, so you have to keep track of your individual totals. Let's see what it looks like here. Chase, go ahead. Pass, close. Okay, defense gets the ball, so that's 2 for the defense on the long rebound. Offense, you guys would switch spots or go to a different spot so you're not shooting in the same place. Hustle up, please. That's 2 for the defense. Go ahead, Chase. Next pass, good. Now we're 2-on-1, no dribble to score. And the defense wins again, so that's 2 points. Chase has 4, playing to 5 here. Go spot up somewhere. Okay, Jevin's on defense. You have a point. Alex, you have a point. So it's 4, 1, and 1. Jevin on defense here. Go ahead. Okay, that's 1 and 1 for the offense, and that's 5 for Chase. He would be the winner here. Okay. Now, in our practice, the way that we would do this with our team is we would have, again, sets of 3 at each of our baskets, or you could even do this. It gets a little chaotic, but you could do 2 sets of 3 on one court, and we'll a lot of times do it on the clock. So we would go 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Whoever has the most points at the end of that time would be the winner, and then we move our winners and losers around in our gym. The other thing that I really like about this is that if your defender really works hard and, playing with great effort and great energy is a big thing that you emphasize in your practice, this is a great drill for that because the defender's got to really work his tail off to be effective in this drill. He's got to close out hard. He's got to get after loose balls to be able to score. And that, when he works harder, means that your shooters have to be working harder to be prepared to catch it and shoot it. So this is a great game for shot preparation, for that decision of, do I shoot it, am I open, or do I make the next pass, and really emphasizing effort for your defensive player to try to scramble for points based on how hard they're playing, to close out, to chase down rebounds, and to guard in that 2-on-1 situation.